Heavenly gifts. Jesus says, I advise you to leave the city, but this is no command, only an advice. January 16th, 1843. Jesus reveals through Jakob Lorber in Heavenly Gifts, Volume 3. Answer to an inquiry of Anne's H about relocation. So, tell my friend who turned to me with this question the following. My advice is not a command, and therefore does not force anyone to do anything. Nevertheless, the one for whom the advice was intended should not take it too lightly if he truly wants to fare well. I have already illustrated my just displeasure several times in every respect concerning all city life. I have shown how the cities, without exception, already live in the most perfect anti-Christianity, and in them nothing else other than this exists anymore. Self-love, stinginess, envy, deceit of all kinds, harlotry of all kinds, lechery, sensuality, usury, gluttony, depravity of all morals, and, in general, all kinds of vices. What is more natural than to turn my countenance away from such communal dwelling place of all vices? And I certainly will turn my countenance completely away, and I will mete out a strong judgment over such a dwelling place of Satan. Whether or not it will be safe to stay there, my friend, this is now for you to assess. Therefore, I say to you, depart the city as soon as possible, leave the dwelling of vices, for I shall afflict it with great inflation at the earliest, with great darkness shall I smite it, and let it pass over completely into all harlotry, so that it may suffocate in the mud of the night and its most irksome world life. So I advise you to move out of the city, but by no means do I command you to do so. But I mean, if someone knows from me that it is no longer safe to stay in a house, since it's close to collapsing, he would be a great fool if he doesn't want to follow the advice of the one who only knows too well what the state of the house is. In the same way, I also led the people of Israel out of Egypt, for I knew how things were with this country. In the same way, Lot had to get out of the city, for I knew how things were with the city. In the same way, I also let my own escape from Jerusalem, before I judged this old adulteress. See, my advice is always of this nature. Whoever obeys it at the right time will not be touched by the judgment, for it will come like a flash of lightning out of the blue. But you ask, where should I move to, O Father? Where would it please you? I'm not telling you to move here or there. Wherever your sense takes you, go there, and I will be with you. I will go with you and bless you. Do not ask whether the land of Corinthia is the correct one, but if you do move there, I will be with you. But you should not settle readily anywhere in Styria, whose heart is the city in which you currently live. For, like the heart, so also is the body. Corinthia, Switzerland, and Württemberg are still the best countries. Tyrol would not be so bad either if the valleys were not so full of darkness. But it is still much better than Styria and other Austrian regions. That's why I want to keep it safe for a while from the encroaching pestilence. But what should you tell your wealthy relatives if they were to ask you why you're doing this? Firstly, you are a lord of your own will and can do as you please. And secondly, it is better to listen to me than to the relatives. Let the dead bury the dead. You, however, follow me. At the time, however, should you intend to follow my advice, I will give it to you literally what you must tell them, and no one will prevent you from proceeding with your venture, a venture most pleasing to me. But don't delay it for too long, because my cannon is loaded and aligned. But I also will protect my other friends as well. How? Oh, I know. So heed this advice, if you want to. Amen.